Today's video is my top 15 best Cartoon Network cartoons. Anybody remember cartoons? Dun na 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 cartoons. God, I missed that. I also forgot to mention my Cartoon Planner review that the channel should really bring back Cartoon Fridays. I mean, Nickelodeon still has their Nicktoons. Why Cartoon Network doesn't have their cartoons anymore? I don't understand it. I don't know why, but anyways, I'm going to give you my top 15 of the shows I grew up on and enjoyed until this very day to appreciate Cartoon Network even more. So let's get started. Starting off at number 15, Grim and Evil. This show was where they showed episodes of Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne together in one show. It's at number 15 because the series lasted for 2 seasons from August 24th, 2001 to October 18, 2002, while the two shows were split into their own shows. Either way, it was good to see those two shows together combined in one show. Moving on to number 14, Evil Con Carne. The show was about a billionaire by the name of Hector Con Carne, whose body exploded from an explosion by his nemesis Kai Commando. His brain and stomach survived and had to be attached to a stupid circus bear named Boskov, so he could one day rule the world. I enjoyed the show. The plots were good, the animation was great, and the series itself was funny. Especially the one episode towards the end, they were singing the Pie song. And it was especially funny the way Kai Commando and Bosco were singing it. Blah, 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 blah. But we had too much pie. Na, 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 na. What's inside that pie? Na, 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 na. Oh, boy. Moving on to number 13, Michael and Og. I love the show and still do. A series about an 11-year-old girl by the name of Michael Mazinski, or just Mike for short, who is a foreign exchange student and is sent to a tropical island where she meets new friends. There's Princess Lulu, or Lou for short, a 10-year-old girl who can be loud and bossy at times. She reminds me of Angelica from Rugrats since they're both bossy and loud. But Lou usually learns a lesson by the end of each episode. Next is Og, Lou's 7-year-old cousin who makes all kinds of inventions and is a smart and underrated character. Lastly, Lancelot, Lou's pet turtle who cracks me up whenever he has a big grin and smile on his face. The plots are okay, the animation's pretty good. Too bad the show only lasted for 2 seasons. The series can sometimes be shown on Boomerang, but the channel keeps taking it on and off the air. I don't know why, but just keep on the channel, would you? Number 12, Whatever Happened to Robot Jones? Yeah, what did ever happen to Robot Jones? Well, apparently this show ended too early due to Robot's voice change in Season 2, which fans did not like. I personally felt the same way because his voice sounded more human-like instead of an actual robot voice. Either way, Robot Jones deserved more seasons, and it was very underrated and friggin' funny. And also, it's kind of weird and ironic how after the series was canceled, they start all over with Season 1 using Robot's robot voice and use his new voice in Season 1. So his new voice was played the whole Season 1 and Season 2 after cancellation. That I thought that was weird, and I didn't get that. I mean, his original voice was fine in Season 1, so why change it, from his new voice and his old voice in Season 1? I didn't get that. Anyways, moving on to number 11, Sheep in the Big City. I loved Sheep since day one. It was hilarious. A show about a sheep named Sheep who escapes from a farm to live in the big city. Sheep also ended way too early, and I wanted to see more seasons of Sheep. I missed that show so much. Please come back, Sheep. Number 10, I Am Weasel, created by David Feiss. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce the man's last name, who also did Cow and Chicken. I love the show, and I love I Am Weasel and IR Baboon. But I feel bad for IR not getting the same respect that Weasel does, the same respect he gets, and that he is unattractive. Either way, who cares? IR is still funny, likable, and underrated as well, just like this show. Number 9, Cow and Chicken. You can say that this is the brother-sister version of Ren and Stimpy. The show is funny and is still a classic, although it can be disturbing at times. I especially love the red guy. That guy was hysterical. Basically, the way he talks, yells, and screams. And the way he talks when he gets angry or yells and screams, he reminds me of him from the Powerpuff Girls because he does the same thing. And these two would make a great duo if they ever cross paths with each other. And I especially like that one scene here in this picture from Cartoon Fridays when they were interacting and talking to each other. And Johnny Bravo's just looking at them like, okay, what the heck's going on? I got to get away from these guys. Number 8, Time Squad. Anybody remember Time Squad? I do. And if you don't, what's wrong with you? Who could forget Time Squad? I mean, this show is unforgettable in my eyes. I mean, a show about an 8-year-old orphan who joins a time-traveling team with an idiotic cop and a sassy robot. Epic. The series was not just funny, but it was very educational, showing famous historical people in episodes, including George Washington, Eli Whitney, Betty Ross, Mona Lisa, Napoleon, and so on. Sadly, Time Squad only lasted for 2 seasons, and it definitely deserved more seasons. I miss Time Squad to death. I wish we had more cartoons nowadays to be funny and educational like this show, instead of having so many mediocre drugged up shows these days. Number 7, Codename Kids Next Door. Taking place of 5 preteens of a secret organization who go out and save innocent kids from evil adults. The plots are great, the animation is great, and just like the show, the kids next door kick butt. Number 6, Johnny Bravo. Who did not love Johnny? Everybody loved Johnny. I remember a lot of classmates from elementary and middle school and high school saying how much they loved Johnny Bravo. I mean, who didn't? I mean, he's like a mixture of James Dean and Elvis. Sure, he's a little slow in the head, but he's still a funny, cool, and lovable character. I just feel bad for the guy getting beat up by women while he still lives with his mama. I mean, can someone give this guy some love already? I mean, Johnny does take it way too far, trying too hard, impressing, with women with his pecs and stuff like that. But, Johnny, just be yourself. But I think Johnny and Velma from Scooby-Doo would make a cool crossover couple. I would say him and Daphne would, but Daphne has no interest in him, especially in that Johnny Bravo Scooby-Doo crossover. But either way, Johnny is still and remains a classic. He's the man. Number 5, Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm sure when everybody was growing up on Courage, this show gave you nightmares, but funny at the same time. Courage is one of the most underrated dogs in cartoons and very funny. He may be a cowardly dog, but when his owners are in trouble, he's brave enough to rescue them. Muriel is a sweet and kind old lady who cares for Courage. And there's Eustace, who I despise since day one. I don't know why he's so mean to Courage and even scares him to death. It's like, what did that poor dog ever do to you? If I was Courage, I would claw his face to death. Eustace is obviously jealous. Either way, get it together, you ugly, bald-headed skittle-do ain't got no hair in the middle, a bastard of an old man. I mean, my gosh. All Eustace does is, asks Muriel like this, Muriel, and asking her, where's my dinner? All he does is ask about getting some dinner. It's like, doesn't this guy say please and thank you? I don't know what Muriel saw in this guy or why she even married him or didn't even divorce his butt years ago. I mean, Muriel doesn't deserve a old man husband sticking in the mud like Eustace. He doesn't do anything. I mean, he'll fix his car or whatever whenever it has problems. That's all he cares about, his damn truck. Or even if he doesn't, he'll get Courage to do his dirty work, and that's not right. I mean, come on. And even if Muriel asks him to do one thing, he'll get pissed and angry about it. Or like I said, he'll just get Courage to do it. That ain't right. Eustace can go die in a hole for all I care. Anyways, Courage the Cowardly Dog, underrated. Number 4, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I absolutely love this show to death. That is my show. The show is an absolute classic, and it's totally funny with dark humor. Billy is one of the most funniest but idiotic characters of the series, back when characters like him were funny and likable. Mandy may be scary and evil, but at the end of the day, she's a badass character who you do not want to mess with. Grimm is one of the most funniest and realest Reaper ever, and there are more likable characters and villains. Billy and Mandy really ended way too soon, and I would have loved seeing more seasons of the show. But either way, Billy and Mandy forever. Number 3, the Powerpuff Girls. Who did not like the Powerpuffs? Everybody loved those 3 5-year-old kindergartners. This show will always be known as a badass show, full of kick-ass punches and fights when the girls save the day. Also, I don't know why some people think the show is for girls. Just because the show is titled The Powerpuff Girls doesn't mean that it's just for girls. The show is obviously for both males and females, especially males who want to see villains get their asses kicked by Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. Even my father thinks this show is for girls. I keep telling him it's for both males and females. But apparently he doesn't want to believe me. I'm guessing it's a dad thing. I don't know. But either way, I don't care what he says. I mean, that's like people saying that My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is for girls, which I don't think so. I'm sure it's targeted for both males and females. I don't think the creator, Lauren Foss, would target to just girls. I mean, come on. It was real cool to see a 10th anniversary episode of the series back in 2008, but it really needs to come back with more seasons in the future. Hopefully it does. Apparently it ended due to ratings. I don't know how. I mean, the Powerpuff Girls are awesome. Who the hell would get tired of the girls? Number 2, Ed, Edd n Eddy. I'm a big Ed, Edd n Eddy fan, and I love me some Eds. A show about 3 boys who come up with scams to buy jawbreakers. Epic. The plots are cool and interesting, and the show is so damn funny. I enjoy the Christmas and Valentine's Day specials, including the movie. Seeing Eddie's older brother for the first time, and the Eds getting the recognition they should have been getting since 1999 from the cul-de-sac kids. I was really pissed that the Eds ended because in the late 2000s, our beloved and last remaining cartoons in K&D, Billy and Mandy and the Eds were coming to an end. And now, no more cartoons. No more cartoon originals, I should say. But either way, Ed, Edd n Eddy will live on forever. And now, my number 1 best cartoon is Dexter's Laboratory. It was a toughie between Dexter and the Eds, but this show takes the cake. I mean, a show about an 11-year-old boy genius with a top-secret laboratory with all kinds of gadgets and inventions are pretty cool. Dexter is funny for the way he talks and is a pretty cool boy genius. His older sister Dee Dee cracks me up for being so damn dumb and ditzy. Her crazy ballerina dances and destroying Dexter's lab from time to time. And is known for her classic quote, "Ooh, what do these buttons do?" And lastly, Mandark, Dexter's nemesis, who's pretty cool, funny, and feel bad because he will never be with Dee Dee. And he's pretty much known for this. Ha 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 ha. And that Mandark cartoon was funny as well. Wah ha ha, wah ha 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 ha, wah ha ha, wah ha 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 ha. Chill. Oh God. I still enjoyed Dexter back in 2001 and 2003. Even though the animation, I really thought they should have just kept the original animation and the character's voice changes, you know. But I guess Gendy Tartakovsky was too busy working on Samurai Jack at the time, so they pretty much put Dexter's animation, you know, back then to be like Samurai Jack's. The same with the Powerpuff Girls, where I'm guessing Craig McCracken was working on Foster's Home at that time, and the Powerpuff Girls animation changed as well. But either way, Dexter is still the best and is still a classic. So there you go. This has been my top 15 best Cartoon Network cartoon shows. I hope you all enjoyed. Most of these shows can be seen on Boomerang and, of course, Cartoon Planet. And the others, they're not on TV anymore. Most of them are not on TV anymore. I haven't seen them in ages or in a while. But I hope they do come back in the future. But either way, I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. See ya.